Here I am, bigSHow theGod. It's been a while, but I woke up today and thought, you know what, I've got some time. I'm going to record some thoughts. And because it's been a while, it's just going to be a bit of an update to myself. And then what I might just do a bit of a review to see, because it's been 6 months since I did a recording, so it'd be healthy to see what's happened on a self-reflection mode using the tools that I have to support my claim, and as the title says, of this level up I speak of, that in my opinion I've leveled up again, which is the claim. So yeah, it's been 6 months, so if I go through it, it's August now, so I've got kind of December, Christmassy to now. That's your range that I'm looking at, and where I was there and where I am now. Right? Apparently the Earth has moved on its journey around the sun, and it's gone halfway. So it's not a bad timeline, to be honest. 6 months. It's quite a bit. It's interesting that I haven't done one for that long, to be honest. I would have thought I would have pulled myself here. But maybe that's a reflection on, let's see, what I've been doing. So, yeah, let's look at sheet 1 quickly. So sheet 1 has here is December 2022. And I can quickly go through my pillars. So I've got my pillars there: career, health, finances, journaling, and relationships. Right, journaling is related to kind of educating myself. So anyway, they're broken up like that. So we look at 6 months ago, my career. I can give you a bit of a statement of where I was, and then we can go health-wise. 6 months ago, this is generally what I was doing in a month. Some months are bigger, some months are less. Finances. This is where I was financially. What are we saying here? 120k of savings, the house and stuff, and whatever the general expenses were. I will turn off health. And budgeting and stuff. Then we have, what was I doing in a week? Projects going on. Prompts me to see downstairs work going on. Here's an interesting one. We'll get to that. And then there's the relationships, conversations in relationships, what was going on. So what I can do is quickly flick between then and now, right? So we've got December, and then we've got today. What am I on? Relationships, then and now. Might be easy to look at last month. We had a full month. So we got plenty of touch points going on over the course. Some different people. So my data capturing of relationships consistent. And then we got the big one here is the journal page, and so I can go through where we do the pillar assessments. So here I do a monthly review of the pillars, right? So I rated myself then 6 months ago, my career, I rated myself 3 out of 5. The process I go through is I document how I came to that. I have I journal. I can look up the journal of this and how I established a 3 out of 5, a 4 out of 5, a 3 out of 5 for the fitness, 4 out of 5. And in there's a bit more detail about how I came to those numbers. Right or wrong, that's where I use as much honesty as I can think of to get to those numbers that I have there. Right. So if we quickly look at it, 3, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5. Right. And if we go to now, or last month, we pull up the same chart. And you can't see it on that screen. But here it is. So each one, so I had career at 3. I now give myself last month a 4. Okay, my finances were at a 4. Finances now 4.4. So that's 4 steps further over 6 months. So that means work has to have been done for me to move honestly from here to move to here. Has to be evaluation done, has to be some, I have some level of evidence to establish these. So I consider it not too bad. Fitness 3.5. My fitness was 3. So I've had some injuries, I've had some stuff, so I kind of know with the fitness side, but you know, could argue that's reasonable. Reasonable growth in fitness. Learning 4.5. Learning 4. So been some good focus there, right? Nutrition 3.7. Used to be 4. So I've lacked a bit of nutrition. Or, you know, there'll be reasons why my 4 rating was there was generally how consistent I was with my food intake and the goals I'd set for myself and the targets. So even now I give myself a 3.7 out of 5. Will suggest straight away, in my opinion, I've moved away from that level of structure to here. So it's, you know, not everything's up. And then there's relationships. I'm at a 4.5 now. Back then was a 4. So that's one benefit of capturing a good amount of data all the time, just in one style. I have another way that I can now reflect. I have in here, I have a history. I collect my daily stuff, what I do a day. So obviously I can go back 6 months if I really want to, but let's just go back to July. Let's go back a bit further than July. Let's go back to, I don't know, March enough. So yeah, well, I'm pretty consistent. I've got a day. There's one randomly captured day. Gym session. Journal. You know, just writes down, captures some bits for myself. What I can share is I've got a weekly summary I do of it, so I can pull up one of those. So this was way back, how that week was going mentally. So whenever this week was going on, there was stuff happening to me, and how I rated it. So I was mentally going through some stuff which I'll put detail in. Now the act of writing this down at the time is important, because it helped me just soundboard it to myself and then relay it back. And so on that week or day or whenever I wrote that particular thing, I wrote that on February the 20th. Right, February. The act of writing it down allowed me to re-look at it and use the tools that I have of my self-talk. Is that negative thing? Why is that there? Okay. The act of writing that through that difficult time enabled me to bring myself and you know, talking to the meditation style, I bring myself back into kind of like, you know, why am I feeling this way? Breathe. You know, show some gratitude. Work through, you know, the world's not ending. You're just part of the process. We've had a difficult conversation, or you've had some information that's come to you that you haven't liked, raised a little bit of anxiety, you know, stuff of that nature. So yeah, so that's the other tool I have at my disposal to reflect and pull up anytime I want, which is why I keep doing it. Because I can, here's today's. Today's will be written out. Yesterday's was written out, you know. Sort by. So yesterday's, squash in the morning, squash in the afternoon, get my car fixed. Did I tick off these bits and pieces? How did I rate myself? How did the day go? Sweet. And then here's the week 5 of the 20-week program I've got going. Here's some stuff I wrote down yesterday. So, you know, it's not always a big long essay. Just capturing some thoughts, capturing some bits, taking some time, writing some bits down. Which is why July, if I go to today, it's the same stuff, you know. I've got my most important tasks, what am I focusing on, keeps bringing me back mentally, physically. Accountability, ownership, responsibility keeps manifesting, right? Every day, another little piece. So yeah, that's kind of the update piece that I wanted to get me back on, and then see if you know, doing a recording like this, what else it might spur in my mind and encourage me to do or redo or reflect or push myself or see something that might add value to some more consistency. I actually had a bit of a look at some old videos on my dashboard, and I noticed, even, that's the great thing about doing these recordings, is just to look at yourself again, you know what I mean? And is there differences to what you're saying now? And this is it, October. Now I'm live now. Next level stuff I was talking here. How things are doing difficult things improve me. And interestingly, I have been through a tough 6 months, to be honest. Overall, growth-wise, big one was an injury, my knee. It's about 95% now though. So I haven't been able to run. Haven't been able to like just do things that I've worked up to. Like I'd worked myself up to running a lot, and then to take that away, and then deal with it emotionally and physically and mentally and all that sort of crap. And maybe that's an indication of why I'm back here. There we go. Because you noticed, did I want to come on here when I was injured? I'm saying that's the only reason I didn't come here. But did I want to? Was I motivated to? And I wasn't. You know, that's the fact. It's a fact in my mind. Because I don't want to sit here and moan about my fucking injury. I just gotta get on with it. So in a weird way, that's what I've done. So that it does highlight me. I might be being biased in this opinion. Is that I really only want to do these types of things when I feel great. You know what I mean? And I can't fake feeling great. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not talking about feeling awesome. I feel awesome. But there's just things I would rather not do. You know. So that in itself is allowing me to see. You with me? Me sitting here right now on this stupid video is an indication that I'm next level. And why did I come back here 3 months ago, 4 months ago? Did I feel I needed to? Or did I feel like I had no growth to share? Or nothing I hadn't already said, I think, to be fair on me. Because if I look at the list, I go, there's nothing more on there to kind of sit here and explain. That's fair. So there's a piece of this when you're going through stuff that's not so great, that's sitting in here and sharing it. Who gives a shit, right? So there's that. But on the other end, I think the bigger influencer was like, I don't know what content I had to share. That's kind of it. I can share that I'm injured. And what else did you want to share? Oh, even though I'm injured, I'm going to keep pushing myself. Yep, that's true, and I did. And I am. And I have. But I'm looking through these videos that I've already made. That is what I've been doing. I've just been doing it. There's nothing revolutionary. There's nothing... I'm just explaining the same things. So I think that's why I stopped. That's fair. And here's me having an update now, 6 months later, and sharing that fact. And it shows that 6 months that I still don't have any content. And I do recall it actually, because that was when I was talking to my son a bit, and he wanted to maybe do a bit of a thing. And we're going through that over Christmas, conversations about maybe he could sit here and we could both talk out some shit, right? And I guess now that I'm in this stage, and he's pushed himself into some stage, this could actually come back. Interesting. Interesting. So yeah. So that's actually more the reason. I got not much to say. That's okay. And that's okay. 6 months. I gave a brief update. Look at me. I've leveled up some more. I'm awesome. I'm feeling great. I'm on the other side of my mindset. There's still stuff. There's still stuff, which is great. And there's still some more challenges to go through. So I guess this is just an indication of how I'm actually feeling and what I'm re-energized. I'm re-energized to kind of like maybe find some subjects to beat up. So I'm looking forward to maybe look to create something more.